Okay, so to save everybody thumbs for this afternoon. Next up, please welcome on stage the Waka Waka team. Ladies and gentlemen, the Europe. Ladies and gentlemen, Africa. All right, let's go on stage, girls. Here you go, walking on stage from continent of Africa, Reunion Island, Zimbabwe, Zambia, Sierra Leone, Ethiopia, Nigeria, Madagascar, South Sudan, Cameroon, we have Kenya, Ghana, Mauritius, Namibia, Liberia, last but not least, South Africa. My queens, who want to have the microphone? Oh, over here first. Okay. Oh, two. Can I have one more microphone, please? This side. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, on our stage right here is our team of Africans. Are you guys ready? And the stage is yours.
Xin chào Vietnam. Good morning, judges. Good morning, everyone. Let's be honest. Climate change is not a problem for the planet Earth. It is a problem for humanity. We stand here today as global ambassadors committed to addressing the issue of climate change. Climate change is linked to issues such as ocean acidification, global warming, severe storms, melting of ice caps, and deadly droughts. We strongly believe that the issues surrounding climate change is mainly the lack of adaptation and the lack of foresight. We have built modern cities and factories, but we have not built proper waste management system to prevent pollution enough. We have built millions of miles of roads, but we have not replanted trees to attract rainforest and counter droughts enough. We have built much-speed airplanes, but we have not reduced greenhouse gases enough.
Deforestation is a global issue that since we have lost 10 million hectares of our forestry per year due to logging, urbanization, and agriculture. Europe has witnessed a loss of half of its forestry. Asia has witnessed a downfall of 12%. America has witnessed a loss of 25%. And Africa, thank you, Jesus. And Africa has gone into a loss of 4.4 million hectares of forestry. 30% of our carbon emissions due to fossil fuels 30% of our carbon emissions due to fossil fuels is highly stored by our forestry, and this effect is called terrestrial carbon sink. Thank you.
We are here today with a great mission, vision, and values. Our goal is to influence the world, listen to me, the world, not just Africa, Asia, Europe, everyone in the world, to plant native trees across the world. Initiatives like green initiatives in Africa, African Great Green Wall, tree planting, and also Europe Green Belt impacts have in climate change globally. But additionally, the Bone Challenge aims to restore a vast hectares of land by 2030. And we have the metrics of restoring native plants and animals to restore and to increase 20% by the end of this year. Thank you.
Our mission is to foster self-sufficiency. Can you imagine a community, or rather communities, being empowered to plant their own produce? Can you imagine communities empowered to produce their own fresh products? We are going to donate trees, fruit trees, to communities, rural communities, and seedlings to schools. We understand the importance of education. Knowledge is power. Therefore, we don't want these communities to just plant trees, but we want them to understand how to nurture and foster these orchards. That's why we've incorporated training programs in our project for the communities to know how to take care of these orchards. This project is not just going to end in cultivation. This project is not just going to end in cultivation. We are connecting the communities with potential markets in order for us to bridge the gap between their efforts as well as the opportunities that are available, economic opportunities available for them. Us facilitating fruit sales is not just promoting environmental sustainability, but we are enhancing economic contributions.
Reforestation is crucial. It's not just about planting trees, but revitalizing entire ecosystems. By restoring forests, we prevent soil erosion and combat climate change by absorbing carbon dioxide, crucial for our planet's health. Community outreach is at the heart of this effort. It is about empowering local communities, offering employment and education on sustainable practices. They become the caretakers of these revitalized areas, ensuring the sustainability and long-term efforts of these restored forests.
Designing schedules to plant different species of trees is crucial. Monitoring the seasons for growth and development of these trees goes a long way to improve the efforts of reforestation. And we create a plan for 6 months to monitor the growth of these trees and to also overall get the input of what it's causing for our environment. In that way, we keep track and we know when to come in and reinforce planting of these trees.
These collaborative solutions emerge hope, resilience, and progress. Together, through sustainable practices, this nation can have a brighter future. And let us not forget that the health of the climate is as important as our physical health. And together, we are ambassadors of the earth. Thank you.
Thank you, our team of Africa. All right, let me have the microphone back. This team, guys, I have to share it for you guys. From the first day until now, I told them so many times that the way they bonding the team, the way they work together is very strong. Especially, I heard you guys sing the song on the bus. Can our audience hear that song again? Okay. You know what? Let's start. Who wants to go? Okay, let's start our seminar. Okay, ready? All right, Kenya. Let's start that.
Zamina mina waka waka zamina mina zangalewa. It's time for Africa, Zambo waka zamina mina zangalewa. It's time for Africa.
Thank you, my ladies. Thank you, beautiful queens, and you guys can go back. Oh, hold on, Q&A. Oh, see, they do that to me all the times. Okay, our church. Who wants to? All right, Mr. Sonny Nguyen, the CEO of K&K LLC. Here you go.
Good morning, African.
Morning.
You can talk about organic. I remember my grandmother used to grow organic, but she don't make much like I'm doing right now. Before she very probably have it only like 50% what I'm doing right now. Is it IU nutrition. So can you explain if the farmer want to be organic, they make any out of decision?
Thank you so much for your question. As Africa, we realize that we're coming from a continent that is in shortage when it comes to employment. So what we realize that we want to do at first is empower the locals. How? By fostering entrepreneurial action. We want to empower the Africans to understand that they can make money on their own. Yes, it may not be a lot, but we are coming from a case where there's actually nothing. It's either zero or it's the little that you're going to get from making jam from your fruit tree or from making products from the fruit tree or just selling the fruits. So that's what we are here to do as Team Africa, to give Africa strength to say, yes, we are in hardships when it comes to unemployment, but we can still stand in those hardships and make a difference. Say zero, no, but the little is okay. We start from the little and make the most out of it because we can survive despite the hardships. Thank you.
All right. Do we have another question from our church? Let's have one more Q&A. Okay, we have our associate professors, Mr. Lê Nguyễn Minh.
Hello, Africa. I don't see any talk about the impact of renewable energy on the environment.
Thank you. Here you go.
We all know that climate change is an unsurmountable challenge that we are experiencing. And a lot of people are unaware about the impacts of climate change. Part of the impacts of climate change is land pollution, air pollution, water pollution, disasters, and droughts. Countries like Nigeria, for instance, we are highly affected by droughts, and by floods. And a way that we could implement solutions to this is if we come in hand with government to financially fund farmers, especially for the equipment of machinery, because this also causes food insecurity and food scarcity. We also need to make sure that we have good drainage systems. Countries like Zimbabwe, we are affected by droughts. This is another impact. And these droughts cause heat waves. And these heat waves cause sickness and diseases amongst people, especially people who suffer from asthma. These droughts also cause food insecurity, food scarcity, and food inflation. And when these happens, children are affected by kwashiorkor. This also leaves people at a despair. A way we could implement solution to this, because it's mainly caused by the carbon emissions, the amount of CO2 emitted in the atmosphere. The way we could reduce this is if we reduce our fossil fuels and replace it with renewable energy, such as wind energy, solar energy, electric cars. All this can have a good impact on our climate. All this, we also, mind you, we need to neutralize our atmosphere, our carbon emissions by planting more trees. And this is why we spoke about afforestation, because this is the main importance of living in a greener earth. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your answers, Miss Earth Nigeria. All right.
I'm
Kenya?
just going to add on to that when it comes to renewable energy. So in my country, Kenya, my president, William Ruto, is really focused on green energy right now. So I'm calling on to all investors who want to push for green energy to come to Kenya and invest in green energy. We had a conference called the SES conference where everyone from all over the world came and showcased what they could be able to do when it comes to controlling climate change. And we had some investors from Dubai come to show how people can actually use water to make fire. So it's something that you're really pushing forwards to. And another thing that we need to do is we need to make sure manufacturing companies are able to produce products that are eco-friendly. Now, before you produce any product, you have to make sure that it's eco-friendly, paraben-free. I like what I saw with one of the cosmetic companies where the products are cruelty-free. These are the kind of things that we need to push for when people are manufacturing products so that we can actually foster for a greener future, for a greener economy. If we do not start in these small steps, then we are not really guaranteed to be able to stop climate change. So we are calling to all investors, everyone who wants to make sure that our planet goes green, come to Kenya. We are all welcoming all of you because our plan is to go green by 2030. So Africa is going forward. So let's go together. Thank you.
Beautiful, amazing. Thank you, Miss Earth Kenya. And that's wrap up our Q&A session today for Africa. Thank you, ladies. Please go back to your seat.